Hi everyone, and welcome along to yet another video. We've got another project on the bench. I bet everyone recognises this radio, and if you don't, it's a Zenith Transoceanic H500 made by Zenith in Chicago, Illinois between 1951 and 1953. I'm sure every radio collector in the US will know what this is. Maybe in the UK here not so many people would be familiar with this set. They might have seen pictures of it, but not so up close and personal. Now, I bought this several months ago, and I've been steadily collecting the missing parts for it, namely this handle. It's a big old girl. It weighs about 18 pounds. It's about 17 inches wide and about a foot tall. It's quite a lump. So what I plan to do, rather than it taking up my bench continuously, is to maybe work on it and then put it away and then get it out. So what I'm trying to say is the YouTube videos might not be so consistent. It might not be the thing I upload each time, depending on my work schedule and what I've got going on the bench. It takes up quite a lot of room. So let's have a look inside. Now there should be a handle here, and that was missing. I can just lift the front up, which comes up on two cantilever arms there. Now, one main cosmetic issue here is this set has got a crack all the way through the perspex here. Now this bit is one moulding. I can't replace this bit, other than the fact that there's all this screen print on the dial here. I would have to get a completely new moulded bit here, which we'll have a look at when it eventually comes out. It's a 7 wave band set. You've got broadcast and you've got 6 shortwave bands. You've got on-off volume there, obviously your tuning control there, and you've got some switched tone controls there. Up the top there, in the lid, is housed the Zenith wave magnet, which is basically a frame or loop aerial. We'll have a look at that again separately. Now let's swing the girl around, and this is quite a lump. You could do weight training with this quite easily. Now the back here just pulls down. There's a couple of hinges. Unfortunately, when the back comes down, the set goes up a little bit. Now we've got our tuning coils there, got tuning capacitor there, we've got our battery valves there, we've got our filter capacitor there, or smoothing capacitor, and what should go there in some sets is a ballast tube enabling you to operate it on 220 volts AC. Got aerial connections there, and we've got this pull out connection here, which another length of ribbon cable connects to the wave magnet frame aerial, and that's housed down here, this thing here. And let's just have a look at the back cover. Now here are the clips for some spare valves. We've got this connector for the frame aerial, and we've got a rubber bung which I won't be touching in case it disintegrates. I did manage to find an original operating guide for it, which I'll just show you. This is an original one, not a repro, and you can see here the ballast tube that was sometimes fitted inside the set. So very nice to have that, and that goes in a clip there, and there should be a logbook that also goes in there. Now the other bit I've also managed to source from the United States is this handle, which I think comes from the Transoceanic G500 model, but hopefully I can just slightly bend this brass back and get the handle section out. I slightly prefer this style of Zenith logo actually to the one that's actually on the radio, but I'm trying to keep it authentic. I could just put that handle on, but I'm not going to. Inside the set it was missing an output valve. Luckily it wasn't missing the 1L6, otherwise I would have been in trouble. And I've managed to source a Mullard DL94 output tube for it. Now it is a battery operated set, and the battery would have come to about this sort of space here, and that's the connection for the battery. Now there are people in the US who make replacement batteries. I'm not sure that's a route I want to go down. Let's face it, this set is not going to be used that much. It would be nice to have one, but they charge rather a lot of money for it. And then we've got the post over here, which is exorbitant. So let's go through the set. Obviously we've got a huge, absolutely monstrous telescopic antenna here. Let's just measure it. I've not measured it, but it almost reaches my ceiling. So let's have a quick measure. It's about 56 inches tall. It's huge. We can see we've got the chassis marking here. As I say, we've got the coil pack there, aerial connections there, we've got the connections to the frame aerial, tuning capacitor, we've got the IFs there, output transformer, which seems remarkably wobbly. We've got the speaker just behind there with the Zenith on it, and we've got the smoothing capacitors there, and then we've got the AC plug just there. And that's what I bought the auto transformer for, that I repaired in my last video. So this is by way of an introduction. We are going to be taking this out and having a look. I do believe it's untouched. It should have all the original components in it. Undoubtedly that'll need replacing with something, but I would like to keep the overall look. There's a couple of those ceramic double resistor things they have in American sets in here, I believe, as well. And just out of interest, if you're that interested, the serial number on this one is 2080687. We've got a headphone jack here, and this one here is to switch the AC mains or to the ballast tube there. So quite a lumpy set. It's covered in a cloth, it looks like some sort of impregnated canvas. I think they call it stag cloth in the US. But it is quite nice. It's in pretty good condition. It just needs a bit of a scrub actually. It's fraying a bit round some areas, but that's not so bad. But it all seems to work and tune and stuff on the mechanical side. What we've got to find out is if it works on the electrical side. So anyway, I hope you'll follow this along. As I say, this will be coming out in various parts and not exactly regularly. So anyway, thanks for watching. Not much to see here other than this fine old radio. And they did actually come in a nice red leather cloth as well. But we're going to have to settle with black here. Alright, thanks for watching. Oh, and just before I go, if anyone's got any interesting tips, if you're in the US and have restored one of these, please leave it in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you think of these sets and if there's anything to watch out for. Yeah, be very interested to hear from you. Thanks for watching.